What's going on, everybody? It's your man, Buddy Rodriguez, back with you once again for the Soul Sessions. We are back at K-Jams with my man, AB, and Ty is here this week. What's up, Ty?
Hey.
How you feeling?
Hey, Ty.
How are you? Hey,
Wonderful. This episode is 2.5, and this is the part 2 from the Blue-Eyed Soul episode, and this one is the English invasion. And this is more so, this is kind of like the closing part of last show, and this is just talking about our friends over the pond who do soul music, our first taste of it, what we liked about it, our favorite English soul artists, and so forth. And so that's how we're going to start the show. So, Ty, what was your first taste of English soul?
Lisa Stansfield. That was my very first time hearing, well, that song, but when I found out she was a white woman from England, I was like, oh, okay, so they can sing over there.
Yeah.
And then more of those artists started to come out, and it's just amazing how much soul they have over in England, and just listening to the music and listening to the words of the songs, and I just thought I was just amazed at how soulful her voice was, and then the other artists coming out, I was amazed at how soulful they sounded. So that was my first little taste, was Lisa Stansfield, Been Around the World.
Okay. AB?
My first taste, I'm sure, is somebody I'm not going to be able to think of that I didn't know was from England, and probably in the rock genre, because that's what I was listening to first, heavily influenced by what was in classic rock, and then, became whatever. But probably on the soul side, I'm thinking of people like Loose Ends, think of Soul to Soul, and then, of course, Lisa Stansfield. Mainly those types of artists. We talked about Simply Red last time.
Yes.
When that song came out. What always tripped me out was they would sing so soulfully, and you wouldn't hear an accent when they would sing.
Yeah.
But then when they would talk, you would know, well, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Where did that come from? So, yeah, it was probably those artists.
Mine would be Billy Ocean. Now, in real life, I'm a Prince stan, but in my alter ego life, the Bangles and Billy Ocean are the two most prime celebrated musicians ever. The Bangles, for reasons we'll talk about later, but for Billy Ocean, Caribbean Queen was the jam. I would watch that on Video Soul or whatever, and I loved it. And it wasn't until I got older that I realized, well, I knew that he wasn't from here, because his accent. And but his songs were great, like Suddenly, Get Out of My Dreams, Into My Car. And I can't remember the name of the song, but it's a song that he did for, I think it was Romancing the Stone or something.
Going Gets Tough.
Yeah. But my favorite is Loose Ends. Not Loose Ends, but Soul to Soul. Because Karen Wheeler's voice was amazing. You know what I mean? And you can always go back to, back to life, back to reality. Keep on moving. And those are the songs that, that I grew up on. But, when you hear I Adore You, I'm like, man, I'm glad we got her. Well, that we don't have her, but, I'm glad that I know of her because her voice is just out of this world. And then, you have more like, Sade, like you said, Simply Red, Junior. Yeah. Mama used to say.
Yeah.
Electric Avenue. Eddie Grant.
Eddie Grant, yeah.
Eddie Grant.
Yeah.
And even the guys from Pastor Dutchie.
Yeah, Musical Youth.
Yeah. And these are, I love them. Some of them are one-hit wonders, but, they were, obviously in the genre of English soul. One-hit wonder or not. Out of all of the musicians that you've heard from over the pond, past and current, which is the one that is always your go-to?
Well, and I was going to mention when you were talking about some of the West Indian artists, a lot of them have a lot of connection to England because there are a lot of Jamaicans that grew up or lived in England. So I guess we can kind of include Bob Marley in that. You know, it's directly from Jamaica.
Yeah.
I'd probably say my go-to artist would always be Bob, but I really stick to Lisa Stansfield. I mean, because she continues to make music today, and when she came out till now, she's been steadfast and true.
Yeah.
And honestly, probably one of the most soulful white women I've ever heard outside of Tina Marie. So she's probably a staple.
Gotcha.
That I'd go to.
Ty?
I agree. Maybe. Lisa Stansfield all the way. Yeah.
Pass. I gotta go with Sade.
Yeah.
Pass. I gotta go with Sade because I love the groove of her, the band, Sweetback.
Yeah.
Who has jams too. I can't listen to too much Sade because it puts me in the feels, man. You know what I mean? Like, you know, well, yeah, I get it, but you know, I don't want to be two-stepping and nothing can come between us, and then all of a sudden wanting to kill myself to Stronger Than Pride. You know what I'm saying? But I can listen to her music and enjoy her music over a cigar and, you know, a nice chilled glass of tequila. Current, I would have to say I like Adele and Amy Winehouse. You know, even though they put me in the feels, just the sound of their voice gives me, like, you know, the ultimate chills because it's so soulful. It's painful, but at the same time, it's almost a celebratory tone to it. You know,
I agree with
tragedy and triumph.
She's pretty dope. I think one thing with Adele is the time that she like kind of came out to the world, she kind of premiered to America. I was at a place in my life where it was like relationships were rocky, so I couldn't listen to too much of her.
Yeah.
But she does have a few good songs that I can vibe to. But I kind of had to stop listening to her because it was almost depressing. Some of the songs that like put you in the feels.
Yeah.
Some of the songs that she came out with were just a little too depressing. So I kind of stepped back from Adele because I didn't want to be, you know, depressed and
all that.
You know, just but I agree with it. Yeah,
I mean, it's kind of hard to ignore her because she was all over radio. I mean, she, you know, when she hit. It was one of those things where you're in the spotlight and you get all the spotlight. So
I can't
get away from it.
I can't leave out Duffy. Duffy was nice. Duffy was nice. I'm
really gonna say Sam Smith. I'm on that train right now. And because we talked off camera about his work with Disclosure, the group Disclosure, and the stuff he's doing with that group, I'm just really feeling what he's doing.
Yeah.
So.
First time I heard Sam Smith, I thought he was a black guy.
Really? I didn't think I necessarily thought that when I heard him.
Well, okay, let me not say a black guy. His voice is kind of like, it doesn't have a face.
True.
I think that's what it was when I was like, who is this guy? Where is he from?
Yeah.
And of course, he's a white guy from England.
Now, if you want to talk about British male singers, George Michael comes to mind.
Oh, yeah.
Like, in terms of voice. He, you know, prior to a Sam Smith, I mean, that cat.
Let me add to that.
Soulful.
If you have not seen this, you need to YouTube George Michael Unplugged. You need to do that. You know, if you like live music, if you like harmonies, if you like rhythm, if you like a groove, YouTube that.
Yeah.
YouTube that. And I gotta say this, just honorable mention. And I found out recently that he's not from England, but Terrence Trent D'Arby.
Where is he from then?
He's from Brooklyn.
Are you sure?
I'm dead serious. He's from Brooklyn, New York. He's a 2-time Golden Gloves champion. I swear.
Is this Wikipedia stuff? Somebody done messed that up. Somebody went in and typed some crazy stuff on Terrence Trent D'Arby.
Step to Terrence Trent D'Arby.
It's the truth. It's the truth. That's what I saw. So I wouldn't be. So you know, you got to think twice because next thing you know, he'll be knocking your ass out, whistling the tune, Wishing Well. But I just found that out. for my whole life, I thought he was from England.
Yeah.
Because Sign Your Name was filmed in England. I want to say most of his band members were from England. But I mean, you know, I always thought it. And then when you listen to his interviews,
Yeah.
he has like a light English accent.
Yes, that's
You know, and
yeah.
I'm like,
So is he faking it, or I
He's-
wonder?
Yeah,
highly
that's,
fake.
yeah, that's crazy.
Interesting.
Yeah, very.
highly fake. But I guess he spent most of his time.
Maybe he lived in
England.
England.
That's what I'm saying. Because he was
If you lived there long enough, and at a certain point in your life, you could have just picked up the accent
Mhm.
and forget about this Brooklyn
Yeah.
and stuff.
But man, I love Terrence Trent D'Arby.
Yeah.
You know, from the Hard Line. The Hard Line is a classic debut. It is a classic debut. It has, I think 3 or 4 mainstream songs, but the whole album, amazing. Amazing. Even in his later years, he was kind of like tinkered off a little bit.
Yeah.
But To Know Someone was a great song. Ask Carl Thomas with Summer Rain, and on down to the 90s with Delicate with Desiree, and I Want to Know, and Vibrator. And that's when he shaved the braids off and dyed his hair blonde and just
Change his name to whatever it is now.
Sananda Maitreya.
I always have to ask you.
Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah, Sananda Maitreya. And and I think he had a song called "What Shall I Do" that was on an episode of Girlfriends, and I was like, oh, okay, it's nice. And then when you go back and then you listen to the album, and he has a song called "Designated Fool," which is on YouTube. You need to YouTube that live performance with him and Jay. He's on the Jay Leno show at that time. But his I will say this. He's a great artist, great singer, but his performing, it kind of like makes you like, oh, okay, I probably should turn this off.
Wow.
Because it's like he's just doing all weird movements, man. Like, I don't know, he's drinking out of an imaginary cup, and he's like doing like high kicks, slang, and the fake James Brown.
That's strange.
It is.
He's a strange individual. He's a character.
Yeah, so.
You watched Girlfriends?
I wasn't going to say anything.
And that is the end of the show.
I wasn't going to say anything.
Thank you for joining us for 2.5. I'm Buddy Rodriguez. This is Todd Mason. And that's Aaron Bernard. And the next episode, you won't see neither one of them. No, that's seriously, man, you know what? Yeah, I watched Girlfriends, alright? I was sad when Malik Yoba, Ashy Lips, left that ring by Joan and she woke up crying. Alright? See, y'all got me.
It's okay. It's totally fine.
Yeah, I do.
You watched the YouTube?
That is the end of this show. Thank you for watching.
Young and the
We'll
Restless?
see you next week, man. Leave Victor alone, damn it. Look, we out of here. Alright? Join us next time when we're talking about the states of soul. Man, what the hell?